Williams Ecopedia, Arcology to Xeriscaping, Volume 1. Copyright, June 2010. This book is dedicated to all the pioneers who have and still are working hard to lay the foundations for a sustainable future. Williams Ecopedia, Volume 1, Topics in Sustainability from Arcology to Xeriscaping, LEED, page 76. LEED, L-E-E-D. As we move deeper into the beginning of the 21st century, the drive for creating a sustainable future is gaining in momentum. People are clamoring for more sustainable and ecological designs, and finally, the professional building sector is catching up. Sustainable design and construction is not new. Since the 1970s, many individuals have been building sustainable projects, but the professional sector was never quite with it until now. For decades, most projects in sustainable design were conducted by individuals engaging in trial and error design-build experiments that could only be taught by participating in hands-on apprenticeship programs, and each done according to a personal approach. While many great projects were made, the professional building industry was not able to plug into this trend, as people employed in the sector could not afford the time to travel to remote locales to learn personal approaches to sustainable design, nor could they engage in experimental building. Further, sustainable projects were not always approved by city codes. For sustainable design to really root in the professional sector, it had to be quantified and codified and able to be taught in an academic manner to reach the greatest audience of professionals. This, in my opinion, is where LEED comes in. LEED is an acronym for Leadership in Environmental and Energy Design, and it is a set of benchmarks and standards for green projects. Much the same way building codes are quantified and implemented to make sure projects are safe and have a level of quality assurance, LEED is an attempt to make a system by which professionals can officially determine a project green. The LEED system was developed by the U.S. Green Building Council, which began as a group of professionals who wanted to promote green building in the professional sector. They came to the realization that for the professional sector to adapt green practices, there would have to be a quantifiable set of standards that would communicate how to make a building green, or at least greener. To create the LEED system, the members of the USGBC mainly concentrated on standards that already existed and were understood by the mainstream professional building industry, such as ASHRAE, which addresses heating and ventilation, and certification from the Forest Stewardship Council, which addresses sustainably harvested wood. In this way, architects, engineers, and contractors would be familiar with the language of LEED and be able to adapt it to their ongoing practices. And LEED became something of a compromise between the establishment and the hard greens. For those in the building industry who knew little to nothing about sustainable design, LEED provided an understandable system to make projects greener and communicate the practical benefits of environmental design. To become LEED certified, a project gains a certain number of points for achieving various quantified standards. For example, if your project uses recycled materials, your project will get a point. If you use certified sustainable wood, your project will get a point. If you can reach certain indoor air quality standards, your project will get a point. There are 69 total points that can be achieved covering quantified levels in sustainable sites: water efficiency, energy, atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental air quality, and innovation and design processes. Depending on how many points your project is awarded, it receives a distinguished rating: certified, silver, gold, or platinum. To achieve LEED certification, a project must have a LEED accredited professional, abbreviated LEED AP. To become a LEED AP, an individual must pass a test created by the USGBC. There are many study guides, online classes, and seminars that can help prepare one for the test. The LEED AP is able to consult all members of the project team, including architects, engineers, contractors, and even owners. With their understanding of the LEED rating system, the LEED AP is able to outline for each team member the criteria they have to achieve to obtain the points necessary for certification. While it certainly helps to have a LEED AP architect, honestly it's not truly necessary because there are many different strategies that a LEED AP can pursue to achieve certification for a building, and many of them are not architectural solutions. Each member of the team can play a role in getting the building certified. Architects can implement designs, contractors can implement certain on-site procedures, owners can manage the facility responsibly, all of which gain points in LEED certification. In this way, the LEED system is versatile and responsive to the unique factors behind each project. LEED sets the benchmarks a project needs to reach and even gives some suggestions on how to achieve them. But be careful, it does not do the work for you. You still have to be good at your job. For example, several points can be obtained by using a green roof. But if the architect, contractor, and owner don't truly understand how green roofs work, it can fail in the long run, though you may get the LEED point for it. I compare LEED to building codes in this sense, because building codes don't tell an architect how to design or a contractor how to build. A building in full code compliance can still be poorly built. That's why it's so important to have a LEED AP who understands concepts in sustainability. A team who only looks at LEED as a set of calculations and standards on a page could create a LEED certified building that is not truly sustainable. Also, there are many hard greens out there creating truly sustainable projects that don't understand the LEED system and therefore can't get their projects certified. For example, there are no LEED points to be gained for using straw bale. However, if you understand how to speak LEED, you may be able to translate the high R value, a rating of the effectiveness of insulation, of straw bale into quantifiable energy savings and achieve the points that way. You don't get LEED points for having a gray water system, but you may be able to translate a gray water system into a quantified reduction in water usage and gain points. Your LEED AP needs to understand how to translate between green speak, LEED speak, and the establishment. There are some extra costs associated with achieving LEED certification. For one, you have to pay the salary of the LEED AP in addition to the rest of the design team. Like a lot of green building strategies, there are some extra upfront costs to purchase higher quality or rare items or implement extra labor practices to achieve a credit. However, most LEED projects have shown that this extra cost is greatly offset by the long-term savings in the building. LEED certified buildings usually have lower utility bills, lower maintenance costs, and businesses run out of LEED certified buildings report a demonstrable increase in worker productivity. Of course, long-term savings are not the same as upfront capital, and if you just can't afford it, you just can't afford it. But a good LEED AP should be able to figure out the cheapest ways to achieve LEED credits and gain you the largest savings. The LEED rating system has been expanded to encompass the specific issues of core and shell, existing buildings, commercial interiors, homes, neighborhood development, new construction, retail, and schools. Since its inception in 1998, there have been over 14,000 LEED projects built in the U.S. and abroad, and the number of LEED certified projects is steadily increasing. Under the guidance of Tony Floyd, an Arcosanti alum and associate faculty at ASU, the city of Scottsdale was the first city in America to commit to having all municipal buildings achieving a LEED Gold certification. LEED is not a cure-all magic wand that suddenly makes all projects green and happy, but it is a major step forward in transforming the habits and products of the professional building industry. Already, LEED is having a major impact, and the number of LEED APs and LEED certified projects is growing dramatically. To be truly effective, LEED still requires people who are knowledgeable in sustainability and ecological design. If you are interested in becoming a LEED AP, you should first visit the USGBC website, www.usgbc.org, and research the criteria. Then I personally would recommend that you also begin studying concepts in sustainability and ecological design. I don't think you would do the world much service if you only approach LEED as a set of criteria sitting on a page. You should understand it as part of a holistic thinking system, keeping in mind that when you work on projects, the rest of the team aren't the ones who have to worry about the environment and global warming and the plight of the dolphins. That's your job. Their job is to get it built. If it keeps up, man will atrophy all of his limbs but the push-button finger. Frank Lloyd Wright. The end.